Good morning, everybody. Time to go to work. Take me a second. I waste my coffee.
Your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about motor problems.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Get buckled in, see who we have here. Chrissy, first one in to comment. Emmeline. Ilokin. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Good morning. Ilokin is a OFW in Singapore. Chanel, one of Charm supporters. Emmeline, Dez is here. Chanel, Dez, okay. All right, good morning, everybody. I will be getting ready for the drive in. Got an appointment that I need to go to at a plasma center. All right. Just making sure that I have everything settled here. Okay, all right, let's go. Cheers. The air conditioning going. Ooh, bright light. Okay. We got a charm read going on. Thank you for joining. Charmaine has a live birthday giveaway that is going to be going on, I think, in 3 days. I think it's 3 days. 4 days, maybe, on the 20th. Is that correct? It's the 20th, right? So you guys know the routine. I'm driving. I won't be able to look at the screen, but you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be talking in the background, and I will, when I stop, get a chance to look at the screen and see if there were any questions and respond to those questions then. I am just leaving home and pulling out of my neighborhood. I'll go a different way this morning. Same result, just leaving out a different way. This is cold. I need to turn that up some. The police standing there trying to catch you. Not gonna get me. Left or right? All right, nobody's commenting. All right, let's turn this around. I was thinking about maybe stopping and getting me some oatmeal from McDonald's. Haven't made up my mind yet. There's time to be able to change my mind or decide that I am going to stop and get breakfast. So I am on. These are some, you guys have never seen these. These are some townhouses here that they've just built maybe about 2 years ago. It's a little bit different route that I'm taking. So these townhouses and these ones here to my left, these are all the same company that manages them. It's called Berkeley Homes. That could be a trivia question. So I will leave here. All right. So, no comments. Yeah, just like I said. Just like I told somebody else. No comments. This is going to be a short live because I'm going to go. Got a stop I need to make beforehand and before I get to work. So I have my morning coffee. Several different brands. When you go into the grocery store, you hear different brands that you can purchase. I normally buy the Walmart brand simply because it's cheaper, and I like the taste and flavor options that they have for their coffee. But probably the best coffee, in my opinion, that you can buy out of the, in the little K-cups is from Dunkin' Donuts. I love their coffee, but it is a little more expensive than the Walmart brand that I do buy. So I don't buy it very often, but I do buy it. But that is by far my favorite, is Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm not a huge Starbucks fan of the coffee. I don't know if their K-cup coffee is any different, but I'm not a huge Starbucks fan of the coffee that you buy there. To me, it just tastes like it's been roasted too long. In my opinion, it's a very heavy coffee. So I typically don't ever buy Starbucks coffee from the store or from the grocery. Traffic doesn't look too bad this morning. I probably will have to stop this morning and get some gas, get some petrol, because I'm about at a quarter of a tank, and I don't like driving when it gets this low. So after I make my stop at my first appointment this morning, I will stop by and get some petrol. I'm not sure how much it cost, but it was like $3.37 per gallon a couple of days ago. So it's probably still hopefully somewhere around there. Four people in the chat. Who are the four people that are still here? Chime in. Four people. Three people that I see now. I asked everybody to chime in, and one person dropped out. So there's a police behind me. We can get out of his way or her way. That's the police from the next city that I'm going into. So police actually has no jurisdiction here. After I end this live here in a few minutes, I need to text a friend of mine in WhatsApp. Not sure if she is here because I haven't seen her comment, but she. But if you are here, I will text you in a few minutes. If not, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. I'm just place. She's probably not here. There are some cultural things that I'm learning about my supporters, or about the country per se, not necessarily about the supporters, but about the country. As you guys know, that most of my supporters that subscribe to my channel are Filipino. And most of you already know that I do plan to retire and move to the Philippines. So I have been spending retirement just learning about the culture and learning about the whole, the country and things like that. And I get news report, I follow news stories. One that I saw recently was about some military actions that the United States Marines are having with the Philippine military. They're doing some joint training exercises in the northern Luzon area. Reading some stuff about that. Also saw something where I didn't read the entire story, just read the headlines. Where a billionaire from India announced some type of participation in a Philippine company, and the stock for that company rose by about 30 some percent just with that person mentioning that. So I like to see good things with the economy there in the Philippines. It continues to be a thriving country. I was watching this guy on a podcast the other day, and he was talking about the Philippines, and was talking about the government corruption that's happening in the Philippines, and he wanted to play the Philippines or talk bad about the Philippines because the government corruption that they have, and the thing, the stuff that's going on there. And one of the call-in people called into the podcast, made a comment that I totally agree with, where he's going to sit there and talk about the Philippines in a bad light and not even mention the government corruption that goes on in the United States. The United States has its fair share of from the president, in my opinion, all the way down to local leaders and school boards. There's corruption all over. Corruption and nepotism, favoritism. So okay, they may have some corruption in the Philippines, but it's here in the U.S. as well. It goes unchecked. So I'm vastly becoming a vocal supporter for Philippines. Because I just don't look at how what the country is doing. I look at the people. I love the people of the Philippines. I love the caring nature. I've never experienced a group of people that are so caring as Filipinos. That's just my 2 cents. So I will always be a supporter of the Philippines. All right, we've gone some time without anybody commenting. So I am assuming that it says I have 7 people, 10 likes. 7 people that are in here. There's 7 people in here, 6 people in here, but there are no comments. But I love the traditional values of the Philippines when it comes to just sharing their outlook on life. I have a friend of mine that's a Filipina that is positive. She has her down moments, and she's always positive, always telling me to look at the positive side, and has been a support for me. And I tell thank you all the time. Again, like I said, I will always be a supporter, strong supporter of the Filipinos. Particularly those in the Philippines. Now, the Filipinos in America, I don't know what it is, but in my opinion, I think Filipinos in America and Filipinos that are there in the Philippines, in my opinion, I think they're different. They're not different as in different people, because obviously they're still Filipinos, but I think their exposure to Western culture has changed some things with them. Now, one thing I will say, they still maintain that strong family bond, even though they're here in the U.S. They still have that very strong family bond. I have Filipino co-workers that I work with here at other dealerships. We had one guy that worked with me at the dealer that I work at, but he's since moved on to a different dealership. And he is, they like I said, they still have a very strong family connection and community connection. Just talking out loud, thinking out loud. I tend to do that. Almost to my destination. Like I said, I get my destination. I have a text that I need to send to someone. WhatsApp. Traffic is starting to be heavier here, but actually I'm getting ready to turn off, so it doesn't matter to me that it's getting heavier up front, because this is my turn right here. So my morning drive usually is to leave my town where I live in Moncks Corner and come through Goose Creek to arrive at my job in North Charleston. So that's usually my morning routine, or my morning route, and how I get to work. People are already out taking their animals. The animal hospital that I just passed, a few people that were out there. All right, so I am arriving at my destination here for Plasma, so I am going to get here and end all of this. Let me park. So I have arrived. Thank you to the 5 of you, as many as 7 that I saw that stuck with me. So a quick little live stream, 25 minutes to get to my destination. Like I said, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to end this because I need to text someone. See you guys around.